Welcome in, my friends. This is Daizo Discuss. Now, I'm kind of doing the Arlo topics thing, because I kind of want to, talk about stuff, you know? Just kind of put my thoughts out there in the universe, or at the very least, the cyberspace of the internet. And, just have a discussion. I'm not calling it, Daizo topic. No, I'm calling it, Daizo discussion, because there's something that's kinda on my mind. Actually, there's a few things that are on my mind, but one of those things is the fact Donkey Kong Country, or the Donkey Kong series is, it's really coming to the Switch as of late. I can't help but feel there is build-up for something big. Now, I'm very well aware that Donkey Kong Country Returns HD is, coming out on the 16th as of recording this video, because I just saw the overview trailer. And, yeah, it looks super crystal clear, and I really want to get it, just so I can own both games on the Nintendo Switch. But, hey, the fact that they're also releasing, each Donkey Kong Land game, at least, days apart, really makes me feel like they're really trying to get all of, the Donkey Kong games on the Switch, at least the main ones. I'm kinda wondering if they're gonna do 64 eventually. Now, I saw this one video, or at least a thumbnail, where it's just oh, it's impossible for it to come to Nintendo Switch for some reason. I don't really get it. I'm not sure why that would be the case. I'm pretty sure it's inevitable, and it ran fine. Okay, it didn't run fine on the Wii U. I heard it was actually, fairly bad with, input delay and stuff like that. I never bought it on the Wii U, even though I had a Wii U and I had, every right to get it, but I was a poor teenager at high school back then. Now, I own a place, I'm paying a mortgage, and being an adult kinda sucks, but hey, you know what? I'm pretty lucky, all things considered. So I feel like they're building up to, DK64 coming out, or, hear me out, it is the 30th anniversary edition, and I know they're doing the theme park as well. What if they're building up to a new game? Yeah, I said it. What if they're building up to a new game? I'm recording this before, the awards. So, if this video comes out after the awards, and, oh, a new Donkey Kong game just got announced. Doubt it. It's probably gonna be either Metroid Prime 4 Beyond, or it's nothing at all, because it's Nintendo, and they barely show stuff off at the Game Awards. But, you know what, I'm gonna watch it anyway, just to see what the hell happens, stuff like that. So, look, I don't feel like they're building up just to Donkey Kong Country Returns HD. I feel like they're doing something, they're building up to something else down in the pipeline. Or, maybe we'll get a new game on the Switch 2, Switch Deluxe, whatever it's called. Basically, I am ready for a new Donkey Kong. Either, a 3D game or a 2D game. Maybe finally get K. Rool on the series again. I want to fight him again. but I want to fight him again. I miss K. Rool. There was a mention of him in Odyssey. He's in Smash Brothers. I main him in Smash Ultimate. He's one of my go-tos, along with King Dedede, Bowser. And yes, I do play as Ridley sometimes, just cause it's so goofy that I can't help but love it. Now, if they are gonna do a new Donkey Kong Country game, I'm not really sure what direction they would go. They did, the island, now they did the multiple I wonder if they'll do, a brand new place. Kinda like DKC 3. It's kind of like a rhyme. The other two games were rhyming with the original trilogy. Returns is clearly basing off of, the first game. Tropical Freeze is kind of basing off of the second game, where you're, on multiple islands. And you actually, in the final world of the second game, you actually do get a clear view of Donkey Kong Island. But in Tropical Freeze, the final world is Donkey Kong Island, spoiler alert, but you know, they might just do, like, a new location outright, maybe with a more open map, kind of like Mario Wonder, because they kind of tried that in DKC 3, where you had this explorable map somewhat, where you could go to each of the worlds and kind of like, not any order you wanted, but where you kind of unlocked multiple worlds per world you beat sometimes, and you unlocked different vehicles. You had Funky Kong building you new stuff. You also had a bunch of side quests. It was a very experimental game, and you know what? At some point, I need to actually legitimately beat DKC 3, because I was young back then. It was like maybe 16 years ago, maybe 15, maybe 14. I think it was like 15 years ago I played DKC 3 to the fullest. Tried to see everything about it. I played with save states because back then I was like, ooh, emulators, so cool, you can cheat. Now I kind of want to like beat 3 like I beat 1 and 2. But that's way off topic. They might do something like that for the 3rd installment, maybe. It's a big if they're gonna do it. I mean, we did not get a new Donkey Kong Country game on the Nintendo Switch. Yet. It's a big yet. Yeah, I doubt it's gonna happen. Or at least there's a part of me that doubts it's gonna happen. But then again, if they wanted to do one final surprise beyond Metroid Prime 4, well, I mean, it's either Donkey Kong or I'm such a Star Fox fan where I kind of really want a new game from that series, but I know people hated Zero, so we're never gonna get it again. Kinda like, you know, well, I don't think F-Zero got as much backlash as Star Fox has gotten for multiple years. But Donkey Kong Country Returns 3, Donkey Kong Country Forever Horizon, I don't know. They can call it whatever they want. Maybe they'll call it Donkey Kong Country Return of K. Rool or something like that. Actually, the funny thing is, they did kind of like combine 2 and 3 for Tropical Freeze, because it's a bunch of outsiders kind of invading Donkey Kong Island because reasons. They want a home, and they want to freeze that for a home so that, you know, the Snowmads get to have more claim to the islands. So, I mean, honestly, Donkey Kong Country does not have the deepest of stories. So anyway, whether or not it'll happen, who really knows? One part of me is like, no, you're wishing for something that'll never exist for a while. But on the other hand, they might be building up to something. Who really knows at this point? Anyway, yeah, this is Daizo Discuss Variety. Goodbye. It is always, I'll see you later. Take care, everybody.